unavoidable. But what is something about yourself that would surprise us or everyone that we don't know about you?
I mean, I am pretty open, so most people in that I always answer. I like older women, not like like granny, but like in the last 12 years, I've only dated two girls in their 20s. They've mostly been in their 30s and 40s, with one or two of them reaching like 50 at one point. So
we're on the same page, man.
50.
Yeah. I mean, that's not really, I guess, a shock. There is, I'm trying to think of anything that would super surprising. In towns, I bowled a 300 once when I was 15. I remember the date, June 21st, 2006. Wow. Yeah. No, I thought, no, something surprising. I mean, I think when you openly talk about tripping on LSD and doing,
it's hard to top that.
Yeah, and I told you guys about the instruments I used to play, and yeah, that's really it. Most of my money will go to charity, like 90% in the future, towards animal charity. But that stuff I do talk about a lot.
So, what was the craziest trip that you've had? By the way, everybody that's watching, link in the description. It's in the chat, in the live chat. Okay, to Randy Chavez, the real Randy Chavez. Go subscribe. Hurry back. We're wrapping it up here. We've been talking for a little bit now, so just wanted to get to know the real Randy Chavez, literally. So
I guess writing. I used to write a lot. What was the question before that, or the one that you just asked?
Okay, so what is something about yourself that would surprise us, and right? That yes.
Yeah, and then you just asked one right after that. I completely forgot what that was.
Oh gosh, man, I must be tripping too. Because I forgot it too. I know I what the heck did I ask?
It's all good. But I guess, yeah. So writing is something that I used to do a lot. And I'm trying to find a good one here. Is I would take things that would happen in like the military or just funny stories, and I would go and write them down on Facebook, and I'm putting them in a giant thing. I do want to make like voiceover animations of them. Like one of them, like the most recent one that I'm putting in like all these crazy files is it's just they have head voices in them, like I'm a crazy person, and but they're also about my friend Kara, who's really like gun happy, and they're about my old sweet mate. I didn't never give him a name, and when they come out, they'll be very funny, and they'll be very good. So that's another thing.
I remember the question. It was, what was the craziest trip?
Oh yeah. Probably, I mean, on shrooms, that was probably that one where I saw the universes. The other one's a crazy. There was, I don't know about crazy. Oh, I guess me and a couple of buddies from that I deployed with. They visited me in New York City. Actually, it came up my Snapchat memories yesterday. So it was 2 years ago yesterday, where we just we dropped it early morning, and then we dropped again like hours later. We just we had a bunch of bacon, and we ate really good food. We drank a lot all day. It was just a fun adventure in New York City. One of the best times was when, that's really, a lot of them get really X-rated. Where I was dating this girl last year, and just she was just bombshell, and she was the nurse that I met at the VA, and just took after it was like it was like part of a movie, whereas we were both in like our 20s, and just on acid. We were listening to like good music, we were drinking, we got room service. It was just that was a really good day. Another one earlier this year, where me and my current girlfriend, we went with 3 of her friends. She has a house in the Poconos, and we were at Heston, and we just tried
You and 4 girls.
No, it was 3 gay guys. So
okay.
so yeah, that was. Although I have had things like that where I go out with like, I don't know, I get along with some girls. I just, even if it's not like a sexual thing, we just get along really well. I think because I like white girl music and I like Gilmore Girls, and I don't know. But we just go exploring, and I remember having we crossed this bridge. I forgot my shoes, and I wasn't barefoot. I still had socks on, but I just had like this one glass of whiskey, and I was just I was laughing at everything, and I was like, yeah, guys, we could die right now. There could be like a bear come by, and I was just cracking up. I think they were annoyed after a while, but that was it. It wasn't nothing like we, lost our passports and we were stranded in a country. Nothing like that.
I want to hit up Amsterdam for sure.
Oh, Amsterdam's been fun. Yeah, all of Europe that I've been to is great so far. Like super fantastic. I think Ireland was just there was a couple that I ran into on a wagon ride. I was like, how crazy does this place get on like St. Patrick's Day? And they said, like, I don't know, like we go to New York City for St. Patrick's Day every year. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, get the fudge out of here. Yeah, like the last 7 years, that's what they did. Like, that's nuts.
That's hilarious.
That's funny. So the real Randy Chavez. Look, we've had you for, a while now. It looks like, I think, like 2 hours. I'm
Nice.
sorry, I lost track of time. This was fantastic. Strange, did you have any last comments, statements, questions?
Not really, man. I just wanted to thank the brother for coming on and always being gracious being in the YouTube space, always being a cool, down-to-earth individual, man. Hopefully one day we get to link up in the physical. We only a couple miles apart, yeah, man, when we hit 30 cents, we're definitely heading your way, Joe. You know what I'm saying? We'll have some extra complimentary treats with us.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, I can organize an ayahuasca ceremony, and that would be something that we all could partake in.
I wonder if the team. So there's a Level Up Expo in February in Vegas that a lot of the community's going to. The team's not going to, but I would love to see the team trip. I would love to see it, like have them blurt out, be like, "Guess what we're doing," and then like
spill all the beans.
Actually, that was a question I did forget to ask. Was can you give us any takeaways or anything you think we should know from the interview you did earlier with the recent everyone?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I just got off that a little while ago. It's just how I always reminded how relaxed they are in this stressful job. Like when I was working, last year, early into this year, I had 2 businesses and I was trying to do YouTube, and I was not doing. I was working a lot and I was not handling the stress well. But they seem to handle it very well. They just seem like, it's no big deal. Like it's insane. Now are they like putting on a show, and maybe they're like, freaking out, like crying under their desk, all the time because they have to get so many of these out in such a short amount of time. It may be, but they seem really good. Somebody asked, there's like a $25 super chat on Wendy's channel, like, hey, ask Reese if we're getting exchanges in January. And he's like, I can't say, one way or the other. But it's just the way that he said it that maybe like probably going to be February, just right. Because in other interviews where he's smiled before, and maybe he's been practicing on not smiling. But I would say we probably have another couple weeks, hopefully, to tackle. I could be dead wrong. Could be dead wrong. We could have an exchange in 2 weeks, but I'm thinking it might take a little while. Might take another month.
Yeah, man. By the way, Fast Eddie P, he has a question. He may be jumping on.
Yeah.
So we'll give him another minute or two. While we give him a minute or two to jump on, I wanted to say, Randy, you were always super cool with me. I remember I reached out to you. One of the first videos I watched was you talking about buying a lot of Omi, and I was like, okay, so he's big on Omi. So I sent you probably don't remember, you probably get a bunch of messages, but I sent you a direct message through Twitter, and we had a bit of a dialogue there, and I was like, okay, so what, tell me more, this and that, and you took the time. And look, I know how busy life is, between just everything, YouTube and all that, and like literally every second is well spent, doing whatever it is, whether it is uploading, recording, whatever it is. And so I just want to say that was super dope, super cool, and then on top of that, you come here and you spend 2 hours here, 2 hours and change now, talking to us. I mean, this was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. And
yeah, it was fun.
I thought this was fantastic. We talked about aliens. We talked about acid, DMT, music, toys. Veve. I mean, yeah, Veve was there somewhere. This was phenomenal. So, but the fact that I know that your time is precious. I just want to really emphasize, like, I know how precious your time is, and for you to do this is fantastic. This shows what type of person you are inside, and that's, you're a real one, and I sent you a direct message, and I said that, I was like, dude, after you spoke to me, I was like, man, you were a real down to earth type of dude, so I'm a fan for life. That's it. When you come to Florida, we're boys. We're gonna be doing all types of ayahuasca stuff, and et cetera, et cetera.
I can't wait. Yeah. So these are. I like doing live streams because it's a good chance to take questions from the community. Well, it's a good chance for people that have been here for a while to hang and we shoot the shit, but also because new people that are here, they'll ask certain questions, and it's good for, someone might have the same question that 30 other people might ask, and have to go through it. I like the live streams because it's kind of a break. Like most of my day is spent on the Veve app or answering messages. And so what I'm trying to do now is trying to be like, oh, hey, I'll answer the question, but like any other questions, ask me on a YouTube comment, because comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Right. So I've been, and also because instead of answering the same questions, like, well, if somebody answers that, then at least it's public. Then somebody that might have that same question, like, oh, perfect, this is answered already. How much that overlaps, probably not a lot, but if I'm going to answer questions anyway, I might as well do it on YouTube, and it'll help. But yeah, I think because most other YouTubers have jobs like Taps and Dan Lee and Poor Man Printe, everyone they have day jobs, and I don't, so I can do that. But yeah, I think the best, almost like not really like I guess maybe not to try to compare to myself to Captain America, but when I don't know if you read, well, I guess you do read comics. Yeah, you have some comics back there. Remember in like the lead up to Secret Wars, where you have like the Illuminati that Captain America was on, and they go, and Captain America was on the Illuminati not because he was super smart, like Rich Reed or Reed Richards and Black Panther and all that. He was on there because he was seen as like the moral high ground. Oh.
Yeah. So
I got it too.
Yeah. So I try to be like that, like someone that's seen as like not too disconnected, and someone that would be like, okay, well, let's try to break this down, and what's the best way to go about certain problems, certain issues, and also just because I think trying to spread positivity, trying to be happy, and you know, and most other people are very good with that as well, but just in the unique position of having so much OMI and having that being that first public person to have that $1 million from OMI, saying like, seeing how that, I want people to know that they can get here without a college education, and you don't need fancy equipment. I got partnered with YouTube just on this phone. I didn't have a tablet. I still don't have a computer. And that if you know, again, I didn't have like a crazy bag. I wasn't anything. You can do what I did. You can go and you can work your butt off, and in a few years you can reach $1 million. That's nuts. It sounds nuts, but
Yeah.
But it is possible. So.
Absolutely. And you're right. This is open to everybody, no matter, you know, what your situation is. You know, I feel that the opportunity is just so great right now. We're at the very beginning, and that's why I don't have a you know, big old bankroll that I can go ahead and put in. Is just, you know, in complete transparency, you know, I have Madi that I have to, you know, answer to, and she's always like, what, you know, what are you doing? You know, you're not doing that, you know. So the money that I'm able to put into it, it's at least it's to me, it's going to make a difference, because it's going to multiply, you know. Yeah. So awesome. Again, and by the way, Fast Eddie P, he's not going to jump on. He just wanted to relay a message of this was fantastic. He loved it. You're down to earth dude, and that he wants to join us for the ayahuasca.
Okay, more the merrier. That should be
That's
good.
Right. That's right. Yeah, you know, my cousin, he in New York. He lives in Queens. So he has he's part of a group that they organize ayahuascas every so often, a couple a year, and they go to Bear Mountain. And if you, there was one that happened a couple of months ago, late summer. So yeah, if you guys want to, you know, go and you let me.
We can try to do that one day. We can try to. I wonder if I could record that. I feel like, hey guys.
Oh, I'm recording it. I'm recording it for sure. I'm recording it. Absolutely, man.
Oh, man, depending on where I'm at in my career, I might have to have y'all sign them. What's that?
No, non-disclosure. Oh my gosh. Okay, so absolutely. So Strange. Any last words? Anything that I miss?
Man, keep it simple and just say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun. I like these. I like doing this. I think it's important. I've done a few like this where people that, I mean, you guys have you know, a decent amount of subscribers. You have over 1,000. But I just did one with the guy named the Power of Ideas. Ian Waller is his name, and it was like I was the first person that he interviewed like on the channel, and it was, I like this because it's cool, and different people have different questions and different points of view, and it's fun. I hope I can do this forever. I mean, I know that's probably not realistic, but I hope I can do it for as long as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you've got fans right here, man. So for sure, and I hope we get to do this again. This was phenomenal. I mean, it was great.
You know what I see coming though? I see at minimum like a Twitter Spaces with like, you know, us, Carlton, GALE. It's gonna be crazy, man. And then we can have people like Brendan on, and you know, our people that are always on, you know, in our chats. And
Brendan Z,
I love that man.
To get interviewed. So look, Brandon, you said you want to be interviewed, so I'm gonna try to lock you in next week. So
yeah, Brendan, message me on Twitter.
Yeah, man. So we'll, you know, I want to bring him onto the channel. He's like, yo, don't forget about me. I'm like, yo,
yeah, I gotta pick his brain, man. Brendan knows I gotta pick his brain, man. He hit me up about the Tom Brady DraftKings NFTs and the sword. And I'm like, all right, okay.
All right. Well, all right, everybody. So once again, thank you so much, Randy. I really do hope that we do this again. And so everybody, just want to say, Randy, any last words? Dashi.
What's everybody Dashi?
Bye, Dashi.
And I guess do what you like. I mean, you can do whatever you want, and you could make the argument that, well, you know, at the end it doesn't really matter because it's a whole big universe, so why shouldn't I take certain pleasures? And you could also, and that's fine, and then you could also say like, hey, I think I can help the world if I really do stuff, and you could definitely do that too. Do what is fulfilling and listen to your heart. And like, if it were up to my parents, I would still be in school. Like, I'd be trying to be like a whatever, but do what you want to do what you think is right, and look at people who have had success, find out what they did, do what they do, and one day you'll have what they have.
Awesome. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Once again, thank you, Randy.
Meow, meow.
All right, Dashi.
Meow, meow.
Meow, meow.
I love it.
All right.